Hi, my name is Brooke, and a lot of you guys may be wondering why I'm holding this scale, and that's because today my group and I are going to be discussing something that many of you have either experienced or know somebody who's experienced this, and that is the Freshman 15. Now, a lot of people know what the Freshman 15 is, whether that was from TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, etc., but not a lot of people know why it actually happens, and there are a lot more reasons than most people may think. So today, we would like to dive in and discuss all of those reasons. When college freshmen first go off to school, a lot of the times they're going to partake in partying and drinking, whether that's to feel closer to their peers or to try and make new friends. But not a lot of people think that drinking can have such a big effect on gaining the Freshman 15. Over 73% of college students partake in partying and drinking. Over 80% of those college students have had at least one alcoholic beverage over a 2-week time period. And out of that 80%, around 40% of those college students report binge drinking. Now, a lot of you might think, okay, that's great and all. College students go out, they drink, they party, we know this. But how does that actually affect the Freshman 15? Don't worry, because I'm about to tell you. One beer can contain anywhere from 150 to 250 calories. And most college freshmen will drink at least 5 beers on one drinking occasion, which can mean they are drinking anywhere between 750 to 1,250 calories. Now, that's more than your normal meal. So that's a lot that you're putting into your body. Half of college students report overeating and unhealthy food choices during and after drinking. Research shows that eating habits are altered during and after drinking, which means you're probably not going to make the best decisions on what you're actually putting into your body. Now, a lot of you guys might think, okay, if you're just drinking here and there, that's not that big of a deal, right? It's a few occasions, some unhealthy food is fine. It's whatever. It's just putting more calories into your body, but it's not actually going to affect what you've eaten prior in the day, right? Wrong. Alcohol actually stops your body from burning fat. Drinking slows down your metabolism, and it causes increased cravings and impaired judgment, which means people are not normally going to think about eating healthy. So if you're somebody that normally sticks on the healthy side of foods for eating salads or fruits and veggies, if you're drinking, you're probably not going to go and reach for that. You're probably more likely to grab some chips or some candy or some fast foods. Now, I just want to reiterate that drinking does affect a large amount of college students. It can affect the Freshman 15 in a big way, and alcohol truly does make you gain weight. Now, with all that being said, I would like you guys to turn your attention to the next speaker in our group, River.
Thank you, Brooke, for the introduction. My name is River Russo, and my point will be on how healthy foods can tend to cost more and can often not be as readily available as we might think. The National Library of Medicine states that healthy foods can be harder to access and be more expensive. Studies done across the United States and Australia suggest that poor diets can be caused by a range of factors and not just an individual's sole behaviors. One reason for this is affordability. Often healthier stores and healthier organic foods, whether it's at your local farmer's market or it's at Whole Foods or Trader Joe's, tend to just cost more than going to Walmart or even going to ShopRite. The next is how far the certain healthier stores are. How often do we see Walmarts, ShopRites, Aldi's in our town, and how often do we see a Whole Foods or, say, a Trader Joe's? Often those are more sparsely located. And this is an issue for different age groups across the United States. But college students are particularly prone to it, especially if they're living on their own for their first time. They might not choose to eat healthier for a variety of different reasons. Maybe they're trying to save money. They worked a summer job and they don't have time during the school year and they're just working with what they've got. They might not have access to a car. To be able to drive 40 minutes to Whole Foods and Trader Joe's every week or every 2 weeks might be too much to ask. And third, they might not know what to eat. Maybe their parents just put a plate of food in front of them at the dinner table and said, this is what we're having for dinner, and now they have to think about it on their own for the first time. And as we know, college students, they're dealing with friend drama, they're dealing with different roommate issues, they're dealing with classes, they're dealing with finals. They might just not have the time to think about this. I know I certainly don't. 72% of cardiologists recommend dietary supplements to the general public, not even starting with athletes, just the general public. Much of the general population, as well as athletes, are deficient in certain vitamins and minerals. Many college students are also athletes, and becoming or staying deficient in minerals and vitamins like this, especially iron or sodium, can negatively impact performance. Vegetarian diets as a healthy alternative are also becoming more popular. But unless you really know or really research how to get your protein, how to get your minerals, how to get your vitamins, you can become more deficient in certain things. It can lead to anemia, it can lead to lack of endurance, and both of those things are not good, whether you're an athlete or whether you're just a general college student and you're trying to get through your diet. Oftentimes, people don't want to pay attention to their diets because there's a certain stigma surrounding it, especially in the United States. We're dealing with eating disorders. We're dealing with the idea of the Freshman 15. And like I said before, college students have a lot to think about all the time. And sometimes there just isn't enough time in the day to think about and research their diet. So there are certain barriers in the way of eating healthy. It's not just being quote unquote lazy. Affordability and the distance to certain stores can be huge challenges. The time in the day, sometimes there's just not enough. Thank you for listening. And now on to Romania with some information on poor exercise habits. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Romania. In high school, many of us had gym class or played on a sports team, so we stay active without even thinking about it. But when we got to the college, that built-in structure disappears. Suddenly, it's our responsibility to make time for exercise. And for a lot of freshmen, it just doesn't happen. Freshmen often face busy schedule filled with the classes, homework, part-time jobs, and social events. With so many new responsibilities, exercise usually drops to the bottom of the priority list. Some students also feel uncomfortable using the campus gym, either because they feel intimidated by the equipment or because they unsure how to start workout routine. The problem is that when we stop moving as much, our body burns fewer calories. Any extra calories from late night snack, cafeteria food, or drinks are more likely to turn into weight gain. Exercise also boosts our metabolism, meaning our body burns calories more efficiently. Without it, even eating the same amount as before can lead to gradual weight gain. On top of it, physical activity helps regulate our appetite and reduce stress, both of which can help prevent overeating. The good news is that avoiding weight gain through activities doesn't have to be complicated. Joining an intramural sport or group fitness class can be a fun way to stay active and meet people, and many colleges offer them for free. Walking or biking between classes keep you moving without adding extra time to your shoulder. Finding workout body can help keep you motivated, and even short 15-20 minutes at home workout can make a difference. So while drinking and stress can definitely play a role in the freshman 15, poor exercise habits can make problem much worse. The key is to find small, consistent way to stay active and turn exercise into natural part of college life.
By now, you've definitely heard of the Freshman 15. Some people say it's just theory, but for a lot of students, it feels very real. And one of the biggest reasons behind it isn't even eating junk food. It's really that most of us don't know enough about healthy eating once we leave home. So think about it. At home, you probably had a parent or someone reminding you to eat a real meal. But once you move out, you're on your own and there's no one to really guide you. In the cafeteria, there are tons of options, but it's much easier to grab pizza, fries, or dessert than to put together a balanced plate. Even grabbing something simple like a glass of milk can be a much better choice than going straight for soda or an energy drink. Add in all these crazy class schedules and practice schedules, suddenly fast food, snack, sugary drinks become the easiest choice. Before you know it, you're skipping real meals and relying on processed foods, and that's how the weight creeps in. Now you may ask, why does this even matter? Well, without guidance, it's easy to form bad habits. The cafeteria can feel very overwhelming, and when life gets busy, convenience almost always beats nutrition. And honestly, most of us don't really know what the right portion size looks like, and that lack of knowledge makes it way easier to gain weight without realizing. Here's how it happens. High calorie and low nutrition foods add up faster than you think. Like one regular soda has the same sugar as about 16 sugar packets, something most of us never stop to think about. Portion sizes are easy to underestimate, and if you skip meals, your metabolism gets thrown off, which usually makes you overeat later. Over time, it's not one big mistake that leads to weight gain, it's all these little habits adding up. But the good news is, it's not hopeless. There are simple ways to stay in control. You can ask a coach or a trainer for advice or eating habits. Planning meals ahead and using food tracking apps can really open your eyes to what's really in the food that you're eating. Adding more fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins, and really cutting back on sugary drinks make a huge difference. And if you catch yourself eating out of stress or boredom, try switching it up, like taking a walk, hitting a workout, or even just calling a friend. Instead of grabbing chips or candy, something like yogurt can be a smarter option, and it'll actually keep you fuller longer. Finally, mindful eating helps a lot. Just simply slowing down and really paying attention to your food and your hunger cues. So, yeah, maybe the Freshman 15 is technically a theory, but the lack of knowledge about healthy foods is real. And once we start learning how to make smarter choices, we can handle the cafeteria and the late night craves and the busy schedules without it sneaking up on us. Thank you all for listening, and I will now introduce Jason, who will be talking about how college dining halls affect the Freshman 15.
Hello, I'm Jason, and today I'm going to provide you with information about how the dining halls at colleges influence the theory of the Freshman 15. Many dining halls across the nation operate on an all-you-can-eat format. This alone causes college students to overeat due to the access to unlimited food. According to Julia Carnes, studies have found eating in all-you-can-eat dining halls accounted for 20% of the variance in weight gain in university students. This could be directly related to the meal plans offered to the students. These unlimited access plans initially seem like the plan that gets the students the most for their money, but those plans can lead the student to feel pressured to use their swipes to not lose out on their money, even if they aren't hungry. Many of the food options in these dining halls are associated with high calories and highly processed meals. Examples of this include pizza, burgers, and fries. These options are appealing to students because it's food that they are familiar with. These high-calorie meals, along with irregular eating habits, contribute to the Freshman 15. Irregular eating habits refer to the skipping of meals, overeating late at night, or even binge eating. These habits can be a result of the busy college class schedules, which is normally prioritized over eating. These busy schedules lead to random eating times, which means they unintentionally skip important meals. These busy schedules can lead to the students getting snacks from the vending machines rather than eating an actual meal at the dining hall. These irregular eating habits not only contribute to weight gain, but may also lead to the development of an eating disorder. Eating disorder risk among U.S. college students increased substantially by 13 percentage points from 2013 to 2020 to 2021. The increase in eating disorders can become dangerous if not properly monitored. Healthy meals are an overall issue when addressing the Freshman 15. This can be an issue because many of these dining halls lack the variety of nutritious, healthy food, with many of these options being limited to fruits and vegetables. Along with these limited healthy food options, the healthy food that is served is typically poorly prepared, and most of the time it is unappetizing. This picture is an example of what food may look like at a college dining hall. Now, as you can see, it looks like it is very unpoorly processed and improperly prepared. So this alone does not provide a balanced meal for the students. Now you might be thinking, what can the dining halls do to help stop the Freshman 15 theory? College dining halls can help by displaying proper calorie counts and serving size recommendations to help guide students in the proper direction. These halls can also increase the fresh fruits and vegetables, as well as make the healthy food taste a little better. It may also be helpful to reduce portion sizes to help reduce overeating and promote balanced plates. I hope that you're able to learn more about the causes of Freshman 15, as well as how to combat them throughout this speech. The book provided you with great information on how partying and drinking can add to the Freshman 15, such as how alcohol stops your body from burning fat, and the drinks themselves have a high calorie count. Next, River gave you information about healthy food costing more and about how vegetarian diets are becoming more common, leading to an increase in anemia. Along with healthy food options, Romania highlighted the effect of poor exercise habits in college students. The lack of exercise from college students directly plays a part in the weight gain associated with the Freshman 15 theory. Kenny then provided great information on the lack of knowledge of healthy foods that college students have. He highlighted that without the proper guidance of these healthy options, the students are more likely to make poor food choices, leading to weight gain. I highlighted the effects the dining halls have on the Freshman 15. Most importantly, dining halls need to offer more healthy options that are appealing and limit the portion sizes to help stop overeating. I want to thank you for listening to this speech, and hopefully you are able to have more of an understanding of the Freshman 15 and how to combat it. Thank you.